I get back from work at 3, and she will call me. I'm like, Mommy, why are you calling me at this time? And she said, look at you. Do you know when you woke me up to put you to bed? When I had you, do you know when you woke me up? So please, I can call you anytime. But when she calls and she says, have you prayed? And I say, yes. She say, have you prayed for the governor of Lagos State? And I used to wonder, and this was the time of Fashola that she started the tradition. I used to wonder. She said, if you don't pray for Lagos State and they send you back to Warri, it go hard though. So every now and then when I pray, she calls and says, have you prayed for Lagos State governor? I say yes. And then when she goes off, I then pray for the Lagos State governor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my governor with a round of applause. Governor Sanwo. Sir, this Mr. Governor will get used. It's hard, but Your Excellency, don't worry.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Excellency, the Vice President of Ghana, ably represented here today, Honorable Minister, Imperial Majesty Obaoni, let me stand on the very well-established protocols this night. There are many distinguished individuals that I certainly cannot fully acknowledge enough. I've seen so many faces on the screen. Individually and collectively, you are recognized, and you're welcome to this very simple but very important Airtel event. Ali Baba has left the rostrum, but I will first say to him, to thank his mother. There are no plans that we're going to take him out of Lagos. He is one of the people that have the key to the city. Lagos, like we say, it's for all of us. If you are here to do good business, as Airtel is touching life, we in Lagos also want to touch life. Our government today is 242 days in office, and we keep counting each day that we live. We keep counting, knowing fully well that we want to touch life for the total of 1,460 days that we have to do the 4-year tenure. And so, for us, we see Airtel as not just a fantastic corporate social company, it's also a partner in progress with us. We see Airtel as a true company that we truly, really need to partner with, because what they're doing and the kind of things they've shown us this evening are the kind of things that a lot of people have stand under the rain and the sun to vote for us as public officers. Thank you very much. You can actually clap for Airtel. And I'm sure there's no better person than the Vice President who will talk about governance at the right time that he's making his speech. But just to say that we truly, really appreciate and we want to thank Airtel and using them to thank other organizations like theirs who are truly taking the corrective narratives and who are going out of their normal realm to truly touch lives. I can say to you that I know that they are doing that because I've had private discussions with the MD, and he has shown me at places where that is happening. I also can say to you that even in our security trust fund, Airtel gave us, without pressurizing them, over 200 lines for all of our security operatives in the RRS. I think they deserve a round of applause. That for us is critical, is important, because communication is an important tool that the security operatives need to have and be able to communicate with one another. But I think the major thing to take away tonight is not the very little story of what they've given to us. It's the very many heads of organizations, public and private, distinguished Nigerians who have done very well in their individual private life to truly be able to take the example of Airtel tonight and ask the very simple question: how much of those lives am I truly blessing with what my heart, not just say what God has given me, but with my heart sweat, how many lives am I touching? And I think that's the whole essence of all coming here this evening, for us to take from the examples of what Airtel has told us. Government cannot do it all. I can say to you that we just passed the biggest audacious budget in the history of any subnational in Nigeria. We passed a budget of 1.1 trillion, but that figure is barely less than $3 billion. $3 billion for a population that is over 22 million certainly will not give all of the vaccines that is required in the hospital. Certainly will not fix all of the roads that needs to be fixed in this state. Certainly will not fix all of the over 1,000 primary schools or over 700 public secondary schools that we have. And so it is very heartwarming when an organization like Airtel lends its hand to want to support us, understanding fully that we cannot do it all by ourselves. The $3 billion that I mentioned in other environment is what they use to sort out the child departments in a year. It's what they use to solve traffic management in a year. And so that same number is what we are going to use to solve the several many challenges that we have even in a mega city like ours. But we're not here standing to give excuses. We're not here standing to give reasons why we cannot do much better than what we've been doing. But we just want to identify and say that an organization like Airtel has seen that they need to work with us. Not behind us, not in front of us, but work beside us as a real partner to be able to ensure that continuously we give the greatest good for the greatest number. And for us in Lagos State Government, that's why we're in government. We're poised to ensure that our vulnerable citizens are well taken care of. The voiceless will certainly have a voice. And so we'll ensure that as we implement this budget, that will ensure that not only does it speak to the people that need to continue to pay taxes, but it speaks also to the conscience of the people that do not have voice, to the vulnerable in our society, to ensure that we can give them the rightful place. We can also provide limbs and prosthetic legs for people that require them. Just earlier today, I must say that I visited the relief camp that we had to open up for over 300 families that were ravaged by the last week's fire incident. And in the camp, we'll ensure that it's as comfortable. In fact, some of them said to us it's a lot more comfortable than their houses. Not only do we have 24-hour power, we ensure that they eat very good 3 square meals. Hospital is in the camp to cater for their kids, and we are making provisions to ensure that on a daily basis, their children, by our buses and our vehicles, take them to their schools and bring them back in the evening. That's the least we believe that we can do to ensure that families that are displaced, families that have emergencies and do not have a place to go to, that government will come through and will be able to take up those responsibilities for them immediately without their asking. And so I want to assure you that whilst we take the conversation around good governance and making sure that we're accountable in every step of the way, we're excited and we're delighted that Airtel and the likes will be supporting us, are supporting us to ensure continually that our people are taken out of poverty and that Lagos remain a destination of choice for people to do well, to do real businesses, and to thrive and do wonderful things. And just to mention that since the minister said that they're given a salary to buy Airtel recharge cards, I do not have to give, but I will give Airtel huge discounts on this right of way. You know, I need all the monies that you are going to pay me, but I can assure you that you deserve the discount that we're going to give you, and that we want you to do a lot more from what you're doing, and that we want to use you as a point of contact for others to see us as a partner that they can trust, they can believe, they can work with, be it in any sphere, be it in school rehabilitation, be it in upgrades of hospitals, be it in provision of computers, or even be it in road rehabilitation you want to do. We can foster a partnership with you. We can foster a relationship that you truly, really be proud of. And so I want to thank Airtel on behalf of the government and the people of Lagos State. And the only thing I will say, to whom much is given, much is also expected. We'll expect that when we see you in season 6, you will raise the bar and you will do a lot more than you have done now. Thank you very much for being part of this event. Please have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, Mr. Governor. It slipped. All right. We understand that some of you have had a very...
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel Goldmynetv and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.